everyone, Janelle here. Just wanted to take a couple minutes to talk to you about something that's dear to my heart that all marketers have experienced, whether you're new in the game or whether you're a little more seasoned. So what we're going to talk about is what happens when you reach an emotional plateau. And basically what I mean is what happens when you no longer have that passion that you first started out with. Do you throw in the towel or do you continue? Now let's just say marketing is kind of like a committed relationship. So you take the good with the bad. Initially in your relationship you were excited, you were passionate, and then as time went on, things may have changed. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about how to stay passionate in your business. And I will see you in just a few minutes.
Okay, so one of the key ways of staying on fire for your business is to connect with others. Think about it. You can't go to market without the networking. Get it? Network marketing. Bouncing ideas back and forth will not only help you advance by receiving better insight on old ideas, but new ideas will also arise. We all can agree technology is great, but it can sometimes make us feel isolated in the real world. As a result, isolation will eventually steal your passion and your why for network marketing. The way to avoid this downfall is by engaging and connecting with others. This will definitely fulfill the fundamental human need to get connected. Years ago, it was sometimes a challenge to get involved in the networking circle because we relied so much on meetings in big hotels or at someone's home. More options are now available through the power of social media, so we can connect whenever and however at the appointed time. Take advantage of conference calls and other live meetings to not only get the support you need, but to help others along the way. It's also a great way to meet people from all around the world. Number 2, find your why. There's an old saying that says, you don't know where you're going until you know where you've been. There is a similar saying in business that says, you can't stay passionately involved in what you're doing unless you understand the reason why you're doing it. The most important research activity you can do when starting any new venture is finding your why. It doesn't matter what you're starting, how much the startup cost is, or how savvy you may think you are. Knowing your why is crucial because it will keep you going when times get rough and you just feel like quitting or throwing in the towel. So how do you find your why? It might be best to start with general answers and then break them down to more specific reasons of doing what you intended to do. For example, your why may be to make more money. This can be the driving force to keep you passionate for your business. But as you think about it more and ask yourself, why do you want to make more money? You may soon discover more money will give you the time freedom that you're looking for to spend with your family, or it may, let's say, pay for something like a child's future education. Your why does not have to be big and extravagant, and what may seem insignificant to one person may significantly make a world of difference for you. So be as specific as you can when it comes to pinpointing your why. It's also very important for you to write down your reason why you're doing what you plan to do. So here are a few reasons you should write down the reason why you're doing what you intend to do. Number 1, it gives clarity around what you want. Number 2, it motivates you to actually get started. Number 3, it helps you to stick to it when you face different challenges, because they will come up. And number 4 is measurable progress. Once written down, continue to ask yourself, why is it you want this specific outcome? Let's go back to the example of making more money in order to save up for a child's school tuition. If you ask yourself why you want to do that possible thing, The answer may be that you don't want your child to struggle financially when it comes to getting an education, because possibly you may have struggled when you were receiving your education. So keep asking why until you get to the root answer. That is the key driving force behind your actions. Remember, your why will push you to continue and strive until you get to where you set out to go. Lastly, don't forget where you came from. By remembering where you came from, it allows you to appreciate where you are and where you plan to go in your business. I tend to look back at my humble beginnings and use them as a gauge to measure my personal growth in life and also in my business. Now, let me be clear on one thing. Credibility comes when you can show someone where you started off and where you are now due to steady growth. That consistency speaks so much louder and is a lot more convincing than someone flashing a lot of cash on camera saying you can do the same thing with their product or service. It's important to acknowledge those who had an influence on you and who were that driving force to encourage you along the way. You didn't get where you are on your own. Remember that. Don't forget that at all. Also, I can't help but to mention that remembering where you came from can be the motivation keeping you from going back from whence you came. Now, pitfalls and challenges will occur, but don't let bad habits and practices drag you and hold you down in the situation that can be so hard to get back out of. If you got into this to make more money so you can have more time for yourself and your family, then don't forget what it feels like to be broke. If you got into this to pursue a new career or to be your own boss, then don't forget what it's like to work a 9 to 5 and have to worry about a boss just hounding you on your back. Lastly, you got to pay it forward. The greatest mentors and teachers are those who can inspire others, and what better way than taking them along your personal journey and showing them how you made your success. Learn to succeed, then duplicate that success in others.
Welcome back. Glad you stuck around to the end, and hopefully you were able to learn something about how to stay passionate in your business. One thing for me, I always go back to my why. Whenever those days come about where I just don't feel like it, I try my best not to go off of my feelings, but really focus on my why and my long-term plan of what I'm doing in order to succeed, and who I'll be affecting as well when I do succeed and as I continue to succeed. So keep that in mind. Remember, you're not alone. There is a community of networkers out there, including myself. So whenever you just feel like throwing in the towel, reach out to somebody, and always think about who you're going to affect by what you're doing in a positive way. So keep that in mind. Stay tuned for more educational / entertainment videos to help you along in your business. And go ahead and leave a comment for me, because I definitely want to hear from you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.